Hello, sentient beings. Welcome to the Spiritual Alchemist channel with me, your host, Marvin. So today's topic is entitled The Newer Understanding. So with the new energies that are coming onto the planet, we'll discuss those a little bit and we'll talk about how to prepare ourselves a little bit for the upcoming exciting 2023 year. But before I begin, I would like to just say that I will be introducing a new segment to the channel, and that segment is entitled The Ingredients of Well-Being. And what that will encompass will be looking at things like our bodily organs, talking about their functions, and if there are any symptoms, what could be lodged in our subconscious in order to bring about the effect on the 3D that could affect our organs internally and our body functions as well. So definitely look forward to that. I'm very excited to introduce that, and hopefully you will definitely enjoy that. And so of course, if you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section and I will address those as well. So moving on now to 2023 and the newer understanding. So with the newer understanding, what that brings to us is as well an inner knowing and inner knowledge. So this is something that we have brought with us to this planet. So sentient beings with your feelings and emotions, and knowing for you what would be considered the right path. So every path that you take is the right path, because we do learn from those things that we encounter or those things that we experience in this life. So I'd like to say, with the understanding, there are other things that also bring about our experiences as well, like the vibrations. Each individual body has its own vibration and frequency, as well as the planets that have an effect on us with vibration and frequencies as well. So with that, I'd like to say that in 2023, we will have two things that will pretty much start off towards the end of January of 2023. So one being Uranus, which will come prevalent on the 23rd of January, and then we will have Saturn on the 24th of January. And Saturn will be entering Aquarius. And what does that mean for us with Saturn entering Aquarius? So Saturn being Father Time, the planet of constraint, also with governments, so bringing in that factor. So it could be a time that we will want to put constraints on things. It could be on our budgets for 2023. It could be constraints on looking at a bigger global picture. And with Uranus brings about sudden change. So with those plans, we could also have a sudden change of direction. So going 180 degrees from where we started in our planning phase. So looking back on 2022, you might have planned out things and then Uranus came in with this now, with Uranus coming in, it could, I would say disturb that apple cart a little bit. And as well, with the universe, remember, sentient being, that you have the whole entire universe inside of you. So that will be one of the understandings that comes about. We will have new technology that will be introduced as well on our planet, as well as maybe new ways to communicate. So that's one thing that we have to look at as well in 2023. that we're very careful with how we communicate, what we say. And so our communication could be our bodily communication, so body language, the signs that we give off. So not only our words, but also our tone. So these are things that we can look forward to and to look at in 2023. The other thing I'd like to mention would be in February that we will probably see a little bit of slowing down in farming activities. So that could also bring about a spike in our food prices again. So 2023, hopefully everyone probably from 2022 stocked up a little bit. So no really big warning there, but just to keep a lookout on that. And so these are some of the things that I would like to bring about as well to discuss or a little bit in detail, or might be these things that might be affecting us in 2023. And before we go any further, would like to pull a card on the unknown tarot, and to see what the message might be for the collective before I move on to some of the other months in 2023, and just to see what message that we will have for the collective. So we have the Five of Wands that can focus in there. And five, of course, is about change. So with the Five of Wands, we are talking about change and maybe of a difficult time. So definitely with Uranus being around and with the constraint of Saturn being there, definitely we want to take a look at these changes and see what we can change in our lives so that this is a little bit smoother with this transition. I will also like to, close to the end of this video as well, introduce as well a mantra that will help lighten, as we might say, the load. With this mantra, what it will do is bring out those, the vibrations and the frequencies so that it is around our electromagnetic body. Okay, so I will introduce you to the mantra. So I will introduce the mantra of Uranus and the mantra of Saturn towards the end of this video. So let's move on to the next timing that I would like to mention to you, which is in April. So in April, Jupiter will conjunct with the Sun, and that's going to highlight growth and expansion. So we just have to hold on until April, where we will see more growth in things like our finances and as well as in our inner concept for the self as well. Then we have in May, so May 5th, we'll have a lunar eclipse, which can also affect things that are more like in the grapes or in the wine production. Could be some specific trees as well that might be affected. So we'll look into our body as well as being like a tree with those veins branching out and giving and supporting life to us as well. Then we have on May the 11th, 2023, Mars enters Cancer, which is its sign of debilitation. So we can also say that in May, that with Mars, which is being the planet of war and so forth, it will be a little bit debilitated there as well. With our inner knowledge, invite you to go within to feel your love, your acceptance, your light, and like I was saying earlier, would like to definitely invite you to take a look as to the new segment, which is entitled The Ingredients of Well-Being. And that is one of our focuses and main goals on this planet, is to live in harmony, to shed our light, to assist and hopefully service others. There's also the ability to service the self. Just keeping that all in balance is going to be as well one of the things that we can look forward to in 2023. So now I'd like to introduce you to the mantra of Saturn and the mantra of Uranus. So one moment. So yes, here is the mantra for Saturn and Uranus. Now, before Uranus was discovered, Saturn also was the governing planet for Capricorn and as well for Aquarius. So with Saturn being the planet of learning, so now that we have Uranus as well now being discovered, and now that is now the goes in with Aquarius being the great awakener. And so with that said, here's the mantra. It is normally, and this is in Sanskrit, so this mantra is said that if we recite it 108 times on a daily basis, especially when Saturn might be retrograde. But with my practice, I like to bring it into practice even if Saturn or Uranus is direct. So the mantra goes like this: Om, which is all-encompassing, and then we have Shri, and then Sanishvaraya Swaha. So opening up to the all-encompassing of this learning. So Om Shri Swavishvaraya Swaha. Om Shri Swavishvaraya Swaha. So my feeling is that you can recite that as many times as you feel comfortable with. So maybe at the beginning, if you're new to mantras, that you might start off with maybe reciting it 11 or 13 times, and then increasing as you feel drawn to. So with that, I'd like to again wish you all the best for the coming year. Stay safe, stay divine, and stay in your divine light.